You are listening to a programme from BBC Radio 4.
The Reverend Dr. Isabelle Hamley, Theological Advisor to the House of Bishops.
Good morning. Growing up in France, the 6th of January was a significant date in everyone's calendar, the date to look forward to once Christmas and presents were over. It was Epiphany, the celebration of the three kings or wise men coming to see Jesus. My family wasn't religious, but we still made special cakes, king's cakes, galettes des rois, within which we hid a little figure of Jesus. It was one of the great excitements of the year as a child to see which lucky person would find Jesus in a pastry and spit him out triumphantly. Whoever found Jesus was crowned king for the day, with a shiny, sparkly paper crown.
Don't try this at home. It's a choking hazard. We used to put silver threepenny bits, or more recently silver sixpences, in Christmas puddings for people to find when they ate a spoonful. But unfortunately, maybe it was the Christian God who unintelligently designed our throat so that there's a crossover between our food tube and our breathing tube.
It was just cake, just a little figure, which in history even used to be a broad bean. Just a small celebration with family or friends. But in that simplicity, something precious was hidden. Togetherness, a memory that for Christians God isn't found primarily in places of wealth, influence or power, but in the ordinariness of daily life.
I'm very old. I've had a lot of daily life, and I've never found God. Is he in the kitchen? No. The toilet? Maybe, perhaps not. Maybe he's in the garden, hiding. Why would he hide?
That discovering the beauty and magic of ordinary things can turn any of us into kings, into lucky people on earth. New Year is often a time for heroes and special people, as in the New Year's honours list. But they can seem remote and their achievements unattainable. Epiphany turns this logic on its head and invites everyone to discover beauty and goodness around them, in things, in people, in actions of kindness and generosity.
Well, fine. There's lots of beauty and kindness and generosity all around us. That's great. Are you going to claim ownership of it now then?
The word epiphany often means a moment of sudden revelation, something previously hidden coming into sight. The last couple of years have brought lots of rather unwelcome epiphanies. The realization that despite our technological advances and all our national wealth, we are still fragile, limited, and at times powerless before the forces of nature. The pandemic has reminded us that to be human is to be small and vulnerable. It may not be knowledge we like.
I can't disagree with any of that. We are trivial, we are not special, despite being God's people, so you might claim.
Or want. But Epiphany reminds me that God himself chose not invulnerability or strength, but hid his glory within the fragility of humanity. Epiphany encourages human beings to discern the good, the valuable, the precious in the ordinary lives that they lead, within the fragility that makes them reach out for one another in solidarity and generosity, and recognize the face of God among us.
And there you go. You've smuggled your God in at the end of the show, as usual, despite Occam's razor telling us there's no need.
All we have to do is look, notice, and choose to celebrate, even with simple shiny paper crowns or an unexpected broad bean in pastry.
That was Thought for the Day with the Reverend Dr. Isabelle Hamley, Theological Advisor to the House of Bishops.